Alright, so I want to say this. So when it comes to MMA, right? I want to say I am a super casual whenever it comes to MMA. This isn't a sport I watch very often, but when I do peek my head into MMA, for the most part, the cards really be worth it. Like, for example, Sean, he just fought, right? But on the card of when he fought, he had MVP fighting on there. You had Dustin Poirier fighting on there. I think the Dustin Poirier fight was the fight of the night. That was a jam-packed fight right there, right? So the cards was actually packed out. It was actually something worth watching. Here's my problem with boxing. My problem with boxing is that everything in boxing is pay-per-view, bro. And it's killing the real meaning of what it is to be a pay-per-view fighter and what is a pay-per-view fight. Bro, they was about to have Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu. They was about to make people pay $70 to watch Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. $70 for a fight like that? That should be a free to watch fight. Why is that a $70 fight? And then the cards be trash. The card, if you look at MMA, they be in the arenas be packed out by the time the main card start. Not the main event, the main card. That's the first fight on the main card. The arena's already packed out. They be there watching from the first fight to the main event. And boxing is not like that. The arena really don't start getting packed out until either the third fight before the co-main event, or they're there in the co-main event. It really don't start getting packed out until the third fight or the actual co-main event. And Showbiz, he said it best. He was like, the reason why people still fight is because the consumers don't trust the product. And that's 100% true. Everybody is still in fights because being that everything is pay-per-view, we don't really know what's a good product or not. Pay-per-view should be a exclusive club. Like, for example, Tyson Fury and Usyk. That is a pay-per-view fight. Better BF, Bivol, pay-per-view fight. What else? AJ Tyson Fury, pay-per-view fight. Tank Devin Haney, pay-per-view fight, right? The fights that we're actually asking for, these should be pay-per-view fights. Not no Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. That should be a free fight on ESPN. That should be free to watch, bro. Nobody, like bro, you really was going to make people pay $70 for that fight? Now, Sebastian Fundora, that's a more entertaining fight. I could argue $70. I could argue $70 with a Sebastian Fundora and a Tim Tszyu fight. I could argue this $70. Even though this $70 is still a stretch, I can argue that. I give you a great pay-per-view card that we just had. Look back in December. What card did we just have? We had the Day of the Reckoning card. They had Wilder on there. They had AJ on there. They had Bivol on there. They had Wilder fighting Joseph Parker. They had AJ fighting Otto. They had Bivol fighting Lyndon Arthur. Like, that is the kind of card you make people pay for. That is the kind of card you make people pay for, and people are actually going there to watch because look at the product. We know Wilder, if he touches you once, you're going to sleep. That sounds crazy, by the way. If he lands a right hand on you, you're going to sleep. But we know AJ, he's bound to knock somebody out. We know Bivol, he's a technical masterpiece, right? So you have a bit of everything on that card. That is the kind of card you make people pay for. I wouldn't mind those $70 to $100 on that card. Even now, if y'all haven't heard, they're trying to make David Benavidez the co-main event on a Tank Davis Frank Martin fight. That's beautiful. That's perfect. That's a good co-main event leading up to the main event. That is the kind of stuff we need to see from boxing a lot more. That is a pay-per-view-esque fight right there. It shouldn't just be the main event is the main attraction. No, the card should be the attraction. A lot of these cards that be pay-per-view, it be trash. It be trash. It's not fights that we want to actually see. I still to this day and mad that we did not get Keyshawn Davis and Frank Martin on a co-main event of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. That was a good co-main event to have right there leading up into the fight. We didn't get that. And instead, we got Erickson Lubin and Jesus Ramos. I think that was the co-main event. I want to say it was. I think that was the co-main event for that fight. But even then, we still didn't get the fight that we have been asking for. Like, everybody has been calling out for Keyshawn Davis and Frank Martin to happen. Now, I'm not mad at Tank Davis and Frank Martin. You know, I'm not mad at that. But at least the co-main event will be something worth watching. Because David, he's in a good fight himself. His opponent is a good fighter. He only been beat once, I believe, and that was with Beterbiev. So it's not like his opponent is a slouch. His opponent is good. That's a good co-main event. We need more of that, bro. We need more of that in boxing. Now, if they was to come out and say, hey, that's $70, $80, all right, we can talk about it. But as of right now, I'm not paying no $70 for no Tim Tszyu and no Sebastian Fundora. If it was $50, I entertain it. But $70, that's close to $100, bro. That's a stretch. But anyway, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy any of this content, make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And if you are new, make sure you hit that red button that says subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And like always, it's your boy, Remy. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.